If you pay attention to absolutely fucking nothing within this course, this is going to be the one module that if you can sit down and actually pay attention to and actually utilize, then I guarantee you that it'll be impossible to fail. Welcome to what makes a valuable video. After building bulletproof brands, I am positive that you now understand on how important it is to create positive reinforcement within your videos. But that leaves us with one question to answer, and that is, how do we create videos that actually give value? How do we create what we would call positive rewards for our audience? Now, to answer this question, it is first important to define what the word value actually means. Now, of course, there's a bunch of different definitions of the word value that are true in different circumstances, and it really just depends on the context you're using it within. But in the realm of creating educational content for your viewers, then the easiest way to conceptualize on what value is to swap the word value with the word useful. When you're sitting there asking yourself, well, what is going to be valuable to my audience? What you really should be asking yourself is, well, what would be the most useful for my audience? And there's 5 things that make something inherently useful or valuable within a piece of content. And in this module, we're going to take those 5 things and then form them into a valuable video checklist. That way you can utilize it all the way throughout your content creation. This way you're not just regurgitating information on what makes a video valuable, but you're more so learning on how to use a value measuring stick that you can utilize every single time that you create content. So first, we're going to begin by covering these 5 components of a valuable video so we can understand them. And then second, we're going to look at 5 viral videos that abide by this valuable video checklist. That way you can actually see the checklist in action. So let's begin. Now, like I said earlier, there are around 5 things that make a video inherently valuable. A valuable video is relevant. A valuable video has a clear solution. A valuable video is viewer depictable. A valuable video is unique. And lastly, a valuable video is worth $5. These are the 5 things that make a video valuable. And when I say it makes a video valuable, I mean that in the educational sense. Of course, entertainment is a form of value. However, if you have not already picked up on it, my goal is not to just purely entertain within content. The reason for that is that people who watch entertainment will always seek for more entertainment. Now, it's very rare that you can get people to pay you for more entertainment. And if you can, then I can promise you that it will not be you. Netflix is $7 a month. I promise you that you cannot compete. But people will pay for education. Whether it's for them to get educated themselves, hence why you're here, or pay to utilize your education through you performing a service for them. So if your goal for your content is to make money, then this checklist will make you a filthy rich individual. But if your only goal is to, well, entertain your audience, then you bought the wrong fucking course. So assuming that we all want to make money, then let's begin breaking down each of these 5 components that inherently make a video valuable. This way you can start using these 5 and use them as a checklist for your upcoming videos to implement into your content today. So let's kick the list off with number 1, a valuable video must be relevant. A valuable video must be relevant. A valuable video presents a gap within information that the largest group of viewers can see themselves benefiting from. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Well, let's break this one down into 2 different parts. Number 1, well, what is an information gap? And then as well as number 2, why relevance increases the value of a video. So, what is an information gap? Well, an information gap is whenever an outside source creates a perceived gap within information. So your knowledge is here and new information is here. And the outside source is the access to that new information. Let's say you're scrolling through TikTok and you randomly scrolled on a video that told you that it was going to tell you what the answer of 2 + 2 is. Well, as soon as you heard that, well, then you probably would not be all that interested within the video because it does not present a gap within your information. You already know exactly what the video is about. You know the answer to the question. So why would you watch it? That video who presented a question of what is 2 + 2, that video would quite literally be irrelevant to you. However, let's say I made a video and you scrolled onto it and I went, here's a secret SEO hack that'll make you rank first on every single search every single time. Now, if you're a content creator that wants to grow their social media and you scroll onto the video, you would probably have a high likelihood of hearing me out because I presented a gap within your knowledge. This is what you currently know about SEO, and here's new superior information about SEO. And then this video fills the gap within your knowledge by being positioned as the access to new secret information. That's an example of an information gap, and this is how every single viral educational video starts. And there's 3 types of common information gaps that all of the most viral videos use that you can use to group your hooks into. Your information gap can be based around a common problem, an unaware problem, or an unmet desire. And I'll break down each one quickly for you guys. So number 1, you have the common problem. This is when you introduce a shared problem that your audience is already aware of. So it typically goes that you mention their problem, the gap within their information is how to fix this problem, and then your video would be the bridge in between. And to give you an example, let's take a look at one of my videos. If the videos you're posting aren't getting the views you want, it's not even because your videos are bad. I named the viewer's problem of it's probably not getting the views they want. which created the gap within information on how to get views, and then my video was the bridge in between the two. So that's the common problem information gap. Next, we have the unaware problem information gap. This is where a problem gets introduced that they did not even know that they had. And then all of a sudden that creates a gap because there's a problem that they didn't even know that they had, and then the solution to fixing that said problem. And as you might have guessed, your video would be the bridge in between the two. For example, you are ruining your videos if you are not in the Devin zone. No one knows what the fuck the Devin zone is and why it's ruining their video. I just made that shit up. But I made them feel like they had a problem that they are currently unaware of, and then my video became the access to giving them that said solution, filling in their gap within information. And that is the second type of information gap, the unaware problem. And then you have number 3, which is the unmet desire. Now, whenever I was doing preparation for this module for you guys, I realized pretty fucking quick that I'm a negative Nancy because none of my fucking videos speak to people's desires. So we had to call upon some extra reinforcements, and that is Mr. Alex Hormozi.
3 hacks to make life suck less.
So Hormozi created a gap between the life that you're living now and the life that you can be living to make life suck a little bit less, which is a desire. And then he positioned his 3 hacks as the bridge in between the gap. And that is the third and last information gap, the unmet desire. And these are the 3 most popular information gaps within viral educational content. And if you want your video to be relevant to a viewer, then you must create a gap within their information. But then how do you know what the world finds relevant? Now, you cannot control what the world will find relevant, but you can control how your video appeals to a larger common interest. So just like we talked about in quick wins, I could start my video off by saying, if you're a 45-year-old dude who used to be a jock in high school, but now you just kind of have a beer gut and you can't even fit into your pants, here's how you're going to fix that with this 60-day ab circuit. Now, the hook doesn't sound bad, and that might just be because I'm fucking amazing. But the point of this is that the video is not relevant to anyone who isn't a dude, wasn't a jack in high school, doesn't drink a copious amounts of beer, and can fit into their pants. Versus if you just said something like this, if you want to finally show off your dream body at the beach this year, here's the ab circuit that you need to do every single day for the next 60 days to get you that dream summer body. Now that video is relevant to anyone who wants to look good this summer, which is everyone. The video's value didn't change. It was just that the information gap was just more relevant to a larger common interest. And by making your video more relevant to a larger group of people, then your video inherently becomes more valuable. And that is because a more relevant video by default is going to solve a bigger problem. And the more widespread the problem, the more valuable the solution. Now, if you're wondering on how that makes the video perceived as more valuable, then I'll give you an example. So if we were to take it to the extremes, what would be more valuable? The cure to breast cancer or the cure to all cancer? Of course, both of these would be extremely valuable, but the cure to all cancer would be obviously much more valuable. The reason on why the cure to all cancer is understood to be way more valuable, even though it solves the exact same problem, is only because it relates to more people. So broaden out your video to help whoever you know your video can help, and that by definition will not only make your video get more views, but also make it seen as more valuable. And one more time, whenever I say this, I mean to stay within your niche whenever you do this shit. Do not go outside the parameters of giving information that helps your idle clients. But if your idle clients hold a common interest, then make your video more valuable by making it relate to other people. And plus, you'll get the benefits that we spoke about in quick wins, and we'll go a little bit deeper on that in scripting 101, but that's it for now. A valuable video presents a gap within information that the largest group of viewers can see themselves benefiting from. A valuable video must be relevant. And that's the first and longest component to what makes a video valuable. Let's move on to number 2. A valuable video must have a clear solution. A clear solution teaches someone how to start at point A and to easily understand your mental model, your personal insights, your step-by-step guide, or whatever it might be, and take that and get to point B. And there's no reason to overcomplicate this one. After a viewer watches your video, do they have all the information needed to go from point A to point B? So before watching your video, your viewers were at point A, the undesirable state. But they want to go to point B, the desirable state. So the question is, can a viewer watch your video and easily understand your mental model, your framework, your step-by-step, whatever it might be? And then can the viewer take that and use it to get to point B? If the answer is yes, then your video has a clear solution. But if the answer is no, then you have work to do. Here's where the viewer is, and then here's where the viewer wants to be. And then this is what your video should be. Your video should be the bridge connecting them from a problem to a solved problem. A valuable video must have a clear solution. So number 1, a valuable video must be relevant. Number 2, a valuable video must have a clear solution. And then number 3, a valuable video must be viewer depictable. So not only does the video have a clear solution, but is your clear solution going to be worth doing to your ideal viewer? Can your viewers see themselves doing your clear solution, and do they find it likely that they will achieve the promised result? So for example, if I told you guys that you guys have to post every single day for, let's say, the next 5 years, you have to do this every single day for the next 5 years before you even see $1 from building your personal brand. Would you guys be willing to do it? No, of course not. You cannot see yourself doing it because to you, it's not worth it. What if I told you guys that if you guys just spent 6 months posting every single day, that eventually you guys will build an insanely profitable personal brand that will pay you dividends for the rest of your life? Would you guys be willing to do it? I don't even have to ask you that because you're watching this right now. So what this means is that just having a clear solution to get from point A to point B is not enough. Your viewer must also see that taking the steps in between is worth it, and they can see themselves doing it and achieving the promised result, even if they know that they never will. And what I mean by if they never will, so for example, if let's say this guy pops up on your fucking For You page and says, here's 5 exercises on how to grow a bigger chest. Now me, I'll watch the video and I'll save the video and I'll tell myself, bro, next Monday, it's gonna be my chest day. I'm gonna hit this shit, knowing good and well that I'll never watch that shit again. But I saw myself doing it in that time and in that moment. So in that moment, that video became valuable to me because I could see myself doing it and I can see myself getting some sort of results from doing it. So with that said, your clear solution must be worth doing to your ideal viewer. And that viewer must be able to see themselves doing it and find it likely that they will get to point B after following your clear solution. A valuable video must be viewer depictable. All right, so a valuable video must be relevant. A valuable video must have a clear solution. And a valuable video must have a clear solution that is viewer depictable. And then you have the second to last component, and that is that a valuable video must be unique. A valuable video has a clear solution, and that clear solution not only needs to be new to the ideal viewer, but also an easier or more efficient version of the solution that they already had in their mind. So let's imagine that you get hooked into a video that promises you that he's going to teach you how to get more views. So you say, fuck it, you sit down, you watch it, and then you watch the entirety of the video. And his solution that he gives you is that in the first 35 seconds of your video, you need a hook. And that's it. That's his clear solution on how to get more views. After you watched it, would you be like, wow, that's some good fucking advice? Of course not. Even though it is good advice, you do not care and you do not find it valuable because that is already the solution that you had in your mind. It's the same way that if a fat person was watching a fitness video on how to lose weight, someone who is fat already knows how to lose weight. Just eat green shit and go for a walk. Most of the time, everyone already knows the solution to their problems. They just want a new solution that seems either easier or more efficient than the solution that they already had in their mind. Which is why there's so much appeal whenever it comes to here's fucking 3 productivity hacks or here's a secret that's going to change your life. People just want something that sounds easier or more efficient or better than what they already had in their mind, because whatever they have in their mind, they know it's going to work, but it fucking sucks. And that's probably the best one, but they don't want to hear that. They want to hear an easier or more efficient solution. So in one of the MIDI Mastery book clubs, which is the high ticket program, we read a book named Made to Stick. And in this book, we found a quote that I believe drives this point home. And the quote goes something like this: common sense is the enemy of sticky messages. When messages sounds like common sense, they gently float one ear out of the other. And why shouldn't they? If I already intuitively get what you're trying to tell me, why should I obsess about remembering it? So with that said, the goal for whenever a viewer watches your video is by the end of it, they kind of have this realization of like, huh, I never thought of it that way. If the viewer consciously or even subconsciously just sits there and thinks that at the end of your video, then your video is unique. Like we talked about in the relevance component, everything that makes an educational video interesting is the idea of having a gap within our information. So if you make me feel as if I have a gap within my information and then give me information that didn't fill in any gap because I already knew it, then your video is worthless and it just wasted my time, which will create negative reinforcement. So with that said, ensure that your solution is not only new to the ideal viewer, but it's also easier or more efficient version than the solution that they already had in their mind. And if you don't know what I mean by easier or more efficient, don't worry, because we're gonna look at some examples in about 5 minutes. But to end off this component, a valuable video is unique. So our first component, a valuable video is relevant. Our second component, a valuable video has a clear solution. Our third component, a valuable video is viewer depictable. And our fourth component that we just went over is a valuable video is unique. Which leads us to the last, but for damn not sure least, a valuable video must be worth $5. Now this one is a little bit harder to understand than the others because it isn't as tangible. So the easiest way to think about if your video is worth $5 or if it's not worth $5 is to go into a dream scenario. So sit down and let's imagine with me. I want you to imagine a random dude named John. Now, John represents everything that you want in a client. He is a perfect ideal client for you. So let's say John sprawls out and lays down on his couch after a long day of work. John has his feet kicked up and he's just relaxing and watching some good old Instagram reels. He's scrolling through IG seeing funny cat videos, Addison Rae twerking, a Donald Trump edit, and then all of a sudden he scrolls on to what seems to be a new feature. And this new feature is the Instagram lottery, and this new feature gives him a choice. Would John just like to scroll to the next video, or would John like to pay $5 to see a lottery reel, which we know is made by you? But of course, John doesn't know that yet. Now at first, John is looking at it like, fuck this, let's just go ahead and scroll. But for some odd reason, he's just feeling lucky that day. So John got up and he got his wallet, and then he put in his credit card details to unlock his soon-to-be Instagram lottery video. Now once John has paid his $5 to the Instagram lottery, instead of laying back down, he sits back down because, you know, he wants to pay attention to the $5 video he just paid for. So John sits down, and out of pure excitement and curiosity, John puts on his glasses really quick, and once the glasses are on, he presses the play button on his new lottery video. And then your video begins. Fast forward to the end of your video. Once John is giving your video a full watch, how do you think John would feel about his purchase? Would John feel disappointed in his purchase? Would John feel neutral about his purchase? Or would John feel satisfied with his purchase? That is the $5 rule. In the scenario of the Instagram lottery, is your video valuable enough to where your clients will feel happy about their purchase? If your answer is no, then your video probably is not all that valuable. So next time before you record a video, ask yourself, does this video abide by the rule of fives? Either is the information of your video worth $5 to your ideal viewer, or will the video make you $5,000 or more from your ideal viewers? If it is neither, then there's no reason to make the video. A valuable video is worth $5. And that ends the list of the 5 things that make a video inherently valuable. A valuable video is relevant. A valuable video has a clear solution. A valuable video is view depictable. A valuable video is unique. And lastly, a valuable video is worth $5. So now that we have this checklist and we understand all 5 boxes, we're going to take a look at 5 viral videos that use this checklist so we can see it being put to action. All right, so let's start this list off with a creator that some people might say is the best in the world. The man himself, well, me. All right, so the video that we're going to watch got me 1.1 million views and plus 41,000 likes. So we're gonna give it a watch to see if it sizes up with the valuable video checklist, to see if I practice what I'm preach or if I'm a fucking fraud. Let's take a look. My name is Devin Jatho, and as a social media manager, I charge my clients anywhere from $53,000 to $187,000 per year. And today, I'm gonna share with you my favorite social media strategy so you can steal it and implement it for yourself. First, you need to get clear on what you're an expert on. So for this video, let's say you're a fitness coach. Within the niche of fitness, you're going to create 8 different subtopics. This is your lifetime supply of content ideas. So let's start with your first subtopic, weight loss. Head over to Quora.com and search weight loss. Now on the left, filter your search by questions. Now take at least 30 ideas and put them into some sort of spreadsheet. And in that spreadsheet, create 3 different columns: subtopic, video idea, and view count. For 30 days, create and post 1 idea every single day and then track the performance of each of the video's views. At the end of these 30 days, sort your videos by most viewed to least viewed and then double down on the subtopics that perform the best. If you do this, I promise you that you'll grow your account. So don't forget. Okay, so now that we watched the video, let's go over the 5 components and see if my video measured up to them. So does this video present an information gap to the largest audience possible? Okay, well, do I give you a clear solution within the video that is easy to understand that will get you from point A to point B? Yes. Okay, now is this viewer depictable? Do you feel like it is easy to follow, and can you see yourself doing this? Yes. Okay, now does this video have a clear solution, and is that clear solution going to be worth doing to the viewer, and can the viewer visualize themselves doing it? I would say yes. Now, is the video unique? Now before you answer this, just remember, it might not be unique now, but at the time, this was posted like a year ago. So a lot of people have copied this video. So at the time, was this video unique? Yes. So at the time, the most common way to find ideas was to go to TikTok and search whatever the term might be, and then click on the little filter button and then filter the search by most liked. And now it's like the industry standard for coming up with ideas at the time, especially on what the creators are making videos on. At the time, this was definitely a more efficient and more looked at as a more easier way to find content ideas that was unique for every single individual. And then lastly, does this video hold so much value that if we were to give a mystery box to my ideal viewer, $5, would the viewer feel disappointed in their purchase? Would they feel neutral about their purchase, or would they feel satisfied within their purchase? So basically, when we first started creating content, if I showed you this video, how would you feel if you spent $5 for it? Happy, disappointed, or neutral? I think at the very least, I might be overshooting myself. I think at the very least, people would feel neutral. Some people might feel happy. So now that we've gone through all of the 5 components, my next question to you is, do you believe that this video is valuable? Yes, I think that we can agree, especially at this video's time, this video is more than valuable. So as long as you agree with me, I'm not a fucking fraud. But instead of just looking at my videos, because obviously I'm gonna have a little bit of a bias towards it, let's look at some videos from other creators that have viral educational videos, and let's see if they match up to the 5 components of the viral video checklist. So with that said, let's start off with one of my favorite creators and one of my favorite things to watch, BBC. The Big Brandon Carter. So this video by Brandon Carter has 2.5 million views and then as well as 54,000 likes, and it's gone viral 3 separate times that he's made the video in different variations. Now this video by Brandon Carter has a collective of 2.5 million views and then as well as 354,000 likes. And with that said, he's made 3 different variations of this video and they've all gone viral. So obviously he did something right within this video. So let's take a look.
You never want to be broke. Here's why you should have 5 bank accounts. This is a system that I developed. It's based off a book called Profit First. One of the accounts is where all your money comes in. If you have multiple jobs or different sources of incomes, everything gets deposited in this one account. There are no automatic charges, no debit cards associated with it. Its only reason is to collect the money. You're going to disperse the money in those accounts amongst the other 4 accounts. Account number 1 is your investment account. This is the most important one. This one is going to lift your ass out of poverty. 50% of your income goes into this investment account. Only use that money on things that will make you more money. The next account, operations account, all your living expenses. 30% of your income goes there. And I can't live off 30% of my income. That's why you gotta make more money. Next account, taxes. You're gonna pay your taxes out of this account. 15% of your income should go there. And then 5% goes into the baller account. This is what you're gonna use on just fun stuff. And that's why you need 5 bank accounts.
Alrighty, that is the video. Now let's go over the 5 components of a valuable video and then see if Mr. BBC is matched up with our valuable video checklist. So number 1, does this video present an information gap that is relevant to the largest possible audience? Yes, he does. Okay, so it's relevant. Now, does this video have a clear solution? Does it go over how to get from point A to point B by following a step-by-step framework? Yes, this video does have a clear solution, but more importantly, is this clear solution viewer depictable? Do you think this clear solution is worth doing to the viewers? And then as well as, do you think other people can see themselves doing it? I would say yes. Do I think that many people are going to do it? No. But do I think that a lot of people can see themselves doing it and save the video for later, for whenever they might want to set up their 5 bank accounts? I would say there's a majority of people that looked at that like, oh, it's actually pretty good advice. I mean, yeah, I definitely want to look into that later. So I would say this video is viewer depictable. Now, is this video unique? Does it hold a clear solution that is not only new to the viewer, but then as well as it also easier or more efficient than the solution that they already had in their mind? I would say on the grand scheme of things, yes, this video is unique. When everything about what the average person's bank account lineup looks like is typically just a checking account and then as well as a savings account. And if they're a responsible entrepreneur like me, maybe they might have a taxes account. That is typically the extent of how many accounts they have. I would say not a lot of people have what is called a baller account. So with that being said, I would say yes, this video is unique. So then lastly, does this video hold so much value to where if you were to give a mystery box to the creator's ideal viewer for $5, would that viewer feel either disappointed, neutral, or happy? I would say yes, most viewers would be happy with their purchase. I mean, he literally summarized a $12 book into maybe a minute and 12 seconds, and you got pretty much all the information that you need. And then as well as also think about the mindset of the ideal viewer that he's speaking to. If they are broke and they have this one fix that will make them not broke, and this is actually good advice, would they pay $5 for that? I would say 100%. So with all this being said, the real question is, was this video valuable? Yes, this video is valuable. And that was the second out of the 5 videos that we're gonna go through today. Now, 3 out of 5, which is the next video, is a little bit crazy. This third video is only 15 seconds long and it has received over 20 million views, with him only having 60,000 followers.
Blur out your house on Google Maps ASAP. Here's why. Criminals can look at this and see how to access your home. So all you have to do is click report a problem, and then you just select your house in this little red box here, click my home, and it'll blur it out. Share this video.
Okay, so this video got 20 million views, so I think it goes without saying that this video was relevant. Can we agree on that? Cool, then let's check out number 2. Does this video have a clear solution? Does it teach you exactly how to go from point A to point B, and does it give you a step-by-step framework or some sort of mental model to do so? Yes, it does. It's literally like click 3 buttons. Now with that being said, is it viewer depictable? Can people see themselves doing it, and do you think that it's worth doing to protect your family from someone being able to break in and kill your kids? Yes, it is viewer depictable. Now, number 4, does this video have a clear solution, and is that clear solution new to the ideal viewer and also easier and efficient than the current solution that they already had in their mind? Now, I would say for this video, they did not have a solution in their mind. Therefore, this is unique 100%, and I feel like everyone who just watched this, if you have not seen this video or a copy from this video, you did not know that you could do that. So I think this video is undoubtedly unique. So that brings us to the fifth component. Does this video hold so much value that if you were to give a mystery box to the viewers, well, to the creator's ideal viewer, would that video be worth $5? And if they paid $5 for it, would they be disappointed, neutral, or satisfied? I would say the mom sitting at home that is by herself alone watching the video, going, holy shit, people can break into my house. Like this is giving criminals information on my home. I think that they would all pay $5 to even get it blurred. So I think the information within this video, the fact that doing the thing is free, all you needed was information to do it, I think it's more than worth $5 to most individuals that watch the video that was in mind for the creator. So the only thing I have to ask you on this video, was this video valuable? I think it's undoubtedly 100% valuable to everyone who watched it. And I think that's why this video got 20 million views, is because it became undoubtable that this video was just valuable. Quick, simple, and as well as it was straight to the point. I immediately got value out of it, and I don't see any holes within the video. Did it have the craziest editing in the world, or the craziest guy that was Ryan Serhant doing the fucking video? No, of course not. It was just that the video had extremely good information, and everyone could look at it and go, okay, cool. Well, this is valuable, and that is because it abided by the 5-component checklist of what makes a valuable video. So with that being said, not many videos can top that one, but we do have a really good one that is second to last, and that is the 4th video. And that is going to be our 4th video done by, I think, my favorite creator within the fitness industry right now. And his name is Jeff Nippard. Now, to be fair, most of Jeff's videos do pretty well. Like, I think he's averaging around 1 million views per video. However, this one in particular did extremely well with 4.4 million views. So let's take a look.
This is how most people train their rear delts. They sit down, grab the handles, and pull the weight back. But there's a better way. Instead of facing the machine, turn side on. This will pull your rear delt into a much deeper stretch. As you do your reps, your chest is going to try to point toward the machine. So make sure you brace with your other hand and point your chest to the side, facing perpendicular to the machine. From here, sweep the weight out 1 arm at a time. Now, depending on the machine, you may come up solid halfway through, but that's okay because the stretch part of the lift is more important anyway. Just make sure you still push the set hard.
Okay, you guys know the fucking list by now. Was this video relevant? Did this video present an information gap to the largest audience possible? Yes, it did. Now, did this video give you a clear solution on how to go from point A to point B with some sort of clearly understandable mental model, framework, whatever it might be? Clear solution is going to be worth doing and something that they can see themselves doing as well. And by they, I mean Jeff's ideal viewer, which is the fitness people of the world. I would say yes. I haven't saved this video personally. I've never done that before, but I plan on doing it. And I don't look like I go to the gym, but I like going to the gym. So it's something that, me being one of his ideal viewers, I did save it and I do find it valuable. Even though I haven't even done it yet, I can still see myself doing it, if that makes sense. The 4th component, was this video unique? So this is more so a question to the people that go to the gym. If you're watching this module right now and you go to the gym, do you feel like most people know this information? Or did you even know this information? Basically, was the clear solution not only new, but then as well as easier and more effective than the current solution that most gym goers have in their mind? I would say 100%. So with that said, does this video hold so much value that if you were to put a gym bro into the Instagram lottery and they paid $5 for it, would they be disappointed? Would they be neutral? Or would they be satisfied with their purchase? I would at the very least say they would be neutral, and I would say a lot of people would be satisfied. So with that being said, do you guys think that this video is valuable? Yes, this video is valuable. And if you are in the fitness niche and you're wondering, well, what do I think is good whenever it comes to what is good content within the fitness niche? Jeff Nippard. Like if I ever look at someone's content, I'm like, damn, he's good. Jeff is one of those guys. So I'd go and check him out if you have not already. Even if you're not in the fitness niche, I think he's a really good guy that a lot of people can learn from. And he puts so much effort in that you can only notice if you actually look at it. So go check Jeff out if you want. And here is his page. My editor will put it up on the video somewhere. And speaking of fitness guys, we're going to end off this list with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Alex Hormozi. This video of Alex has got a collective of 2 million views, and then this was 197,000 likes. Let's take a look.
There's 2 things you can say to get around I left my wallet at home. The first thing you do is you don't actually ask for someone's payment first. Instead, what you do is you ask them for their ID. So they take their wallet out, and then they'll hand you their ID. You'll write down their information, say, cool, let me swap you for whatever card you want to use. Now, at that point, they can't say they left their wallet at home. But let's say that for some reason they say like, oh, I left the card that I wanted to use or whatever. No problem. Do you have your phone on you? Cool. Why don't you pull up your banking app, go to your statements, and then we can see your account number on the top right, and we can write that down, and we can do an easy transaction. just like that.
All right, so number one, is the video relevant? Did Mr. Hormozi present an information gap to the largest group of people? Yes, he did. Okay, so number two, did he present a clear solution that teaches people how to go from point A to point B by following some sort of step-by-step framework, mental model, whatever it might be? Yes, he did. He told you exactly what to say. Now, not only does this video have a clear solution, but is that clear solution viewer depictable? Meaning, do you think that people that watch this video find this clear solution to be worth it and something that they can see themselves doing within their own process? I would say yes. I think what he taught within this video is really good, and anyone who's not currently doing this and has the issue of people saying I left my wallet at home, I think that this solves the problem wholeheartedly, so I don't see why anyone wouldn't look at this as worth it. And lastly, is this video unique? Did it present an easier or more efficient solution than the one that people already currently had in their mind? I would say for the majority of people watching, I would say yes. And then lastly, was this video worth $5? So does this video hold so much value that if you put it into the Instagram lottery and a brick and mortar business owner fucking pay $5? After you got done watching Hormozi's video, do you think that he would be disappointed, neutral, or satisfied? I would say if they got one more sale just because they used this framework on how to solve that objection, then it would be more than worth $5. So I would say that 100% this video would make someone satisfied if they purchased it. So with that said, was this video valuable? Yes, it was. And that is the power of the valuable video checklist. Now, if you notice in your content studio Lite, if you were to scroll down just a little bit, you'll notice that whenever you're drafting your scripts, you will find this checklist at the bottom. Now, this is to be used as a reminder to always try to abide by this checklist whenever you are scripting. That way you can use it as a yardstick for the quality of your script and the value of your video, and then as well as how valuable your video actually is. Now, do not get lost within this checklist. Sometimes it is 100% okay that you don't check off all 5 boxes, but your video does check off 4 or 3 of them extremely well. Like we said in laying down content foundations, you should be posting 7 videos a week every single week. The most common question that I get from beginners is, what should they focus on? Quality or quantity? And without fail, I always ask them a question right back. Why not both? Make it a priority of yours to post every single day and be proud of that said post. And it does not have to be perfect. It just has to be better than the last. And if you can do just that, then you will end up building a bulletproof personal brand.